Loose women viewers physically ill over vile and disgusting panel chat on live TV. Loose women viewers were shocked by the panel's discussion on body hair during the live ITV show. The presenters' chat turned to women growing excess hair in later life on Friday's show, 21 June, with hosts Kay Adams, 61, Judy Love, 44, Linda Robson, 66, and Dame Kelly Holmes, 54, all weighing in with their views. "Have you noticed increased body hair as you got older?" asked Kay at the start of the segment, explaining that 75% of women do so, for various reasons including the menopause, hormonal changes, and certain medication. She then turned to Linda to say, "So Linda, have you got bits sprouting where they shouldn't be sprouting?" Linda Robson went on to talk about her pubic hair, suggesting she previously had a lovely brown bushy, before adding, "Now all I've got is a few stragglers." As the studio audience laughed, she went on to explain how she now doesn't have much hair on her arms and joked she only shaves the front of her legs, leaving out the back, with Judy visibly shocked. The discussion continued with more laughter and innuendo, as Judy added her thoughts, relating how she went to the dentist, only to be confronted with reality. "I had this tooth taken out. I was a bit dazed and she looked at me and said, 'Hell no, that's got to go. All that hair under your chin boggling in the wind.'" Next, Kate explained she had a mole on her neck with a hair growing from it, and that they were going to remove it live on air. Soon Judy and Kelly were ready with some clippers and a keepsake box, in a bid to rid Kay of the excess hair. "Oh my God, these are bent," Kelly exclaimed as she approached Kay's chin, with Kay saying, "Well, make sure they're bent the right way." "Hold it out," Kelly instructed, adding, "I'm shaking," before she finally snipped the hair to huge cheers from the audience. But viewers at home were less than impressed by what they were watching, expressing their horror on X, formerly known as Twitter. "Why has this show descended into being gross?" asked one outraged fan, with another commenting, "Car crashed at its finest." "This is the weirdest episode ever," said someone else, with a fourth person penning, "That's disgusting, just spat my brew out," and a fifth saying, "This is vile and it's making me physically ill." A sixth person added, "Why did you show the tugging of a hair from a mole at lunchtime? Thanks so much for that." It's not the first time Loose Women has courted controversy. Earlier this month, fans were shocked at a comment made by veteran journalist Janet Street Porter, directed at fellow talk show panelist Denise Welch. The pair, along with Brenda Edwards and host Christine Lampard, were debating whether parents should pay their children to encourage them to pass exams when Janet boasted that she had earned 11 O-levels at school. Ex-Coronation Street star Denise spoke about her own experience of education. "When I was doing my O-levels, my mom and dad could have offered me the world and I would have still climbed down the drainpipe to go and be with my boyfriend. I was awful as regards revising and studying, and it just wasn't for me. I managed to get 5 O-levels," she added, only for Janet to interrupt and say, "Is that all?" Denise then confessed that her exams were done in 2 sittings because she had to resit needlework. And just days before, the show descended into chaos as 2 panelists accidentally swore live on air, with Kay forced to apologize to TV viewers. The women discussed modern slang abbreviations to kick off the episode, with Kay giving examples of modern terms largely used on social media, such as platyjubes to refer to the Platinum Jubilee. The panelists weren't impressed by the new words and began to share old slang, while arguing it was better and made more sense. At the end of the chat, Janet asked, "Can I say **tis up?" The audience began laughing, with Kay warning her co-star, "Janet, the answer to that, you asked me a question and no." The show then cut to an ad break, with no one addressing Janet's blunder. Having returned from the break, the group turned their focus to Brenda's fashion choices. She explained how she prefers jumpsuits over dresses, but her fellow panelists didn't agree with her. As Kay advocated for wearing dresses, she said, "Well, I mean, let's see these be ***********. She stopped herself at the end of the word and gasped as she realized what she'd said on live TV. "Everybody is naughty on this panel today, you lot are naughty," Brenda said as everyone laughed. Denise joked, "It's half-term Kay Adams." Jane Moore reveals if she has left Loose Women after being off-screen for months. Jane Moore has no plans to leave Loose Women. The 61-year-old journalist appeared on the very first episode of the ITV1 lunchtime chat show in 1999 and stayed with the program until 2002 but returned full-time just over a decade ago, and even though she has not been seen on screen since the end of last year, insisted that she is still a part of the series. Asked if she had any plans to leave the show, she told this week's edition of Woman's Own magazine, No, I'll definitely stay there. I've had a couple of months off because I've got so much other work on, and I've just been on tour with Sharon Osbourne. I've had a holiday and I'll be back to Loose Women on 1 March. The Sun columnist also added that she gets along with all of her co-stars, but is particularly close to the ones she has appeared on the program with for a considerable amount of time, including the likes of singer Colleen Nolan, former EastEnders actress Nadia Sawalha, and broadcast legend Janet Street Porter. She said, "To be honest, I get along with all of them. I had lunch with Nadia today, and Kay came to stay with me last week. Plus I was just speaking to Janet on my way here, and Colleen. The ones I'm particularly closest to are the ones who have been there the longest, but I like and get on with everyone." Meanwhile, last year Jane announced that she and her husband Gary Farrow had parted ways after more than 20 years of marriage, but insisted that she has no plans to start dating again. Asked about the potential of finding someone new, she said, "Oh no, absolutely not. Well, I've only just got divorced, and I'm very much of the mind that you don't have to be dating somebody to have a nice life." Loose Women viewers divided after Alexandra Burke's Sister Act performance on ITV show. Alexandra Burke appeared on Loose Women as she opened up about being a hard-working mom of 2, but some viewers were left unimpressed after her performance. Alexandra Burke graced the Loose Women set on Tuesday, July 2, opening up to the panel about juggling her career with motherhood. The X Factor sensation from 2008, now 35, is dazzling audiences in Sister Act, the musical at London's Dominion Theatre, stepping into the shoes of Dolores Van Cartier, a role made famous by Whoopi Goldberg in the iconic 1992 film. Chatting with hosts Charlene White, Colleen Nolan, Brenda Edwards, and Janet Street Porter, Alexandra, a proud mom, shared her zeal for the stage and revealed she was back to work just 2 months after each of her children were born. She admitted that it can be hard work at times, but quickly added that her drive to excel is all for her family. After her chat, the Bad Boys hitmaker delivered a performance from Sister Act, the musical, reports The Express. Donning her show costume, Alexandra belted out "Fabulous, Baby," with the support of 2 backup singers. However, the act received mixed reactions from the audience. On X, previously known as Twitter, one viewer bluntly commented, "Cringe #loosewoman," while another critiqued, "Possibly the worst rendition of that song I've ever heard #loosewoman." Another chimed in with #loosewoman, "Oh dear, that was miming." And someone else questioned, "Are they miming?" One unimpressed fan remarked, "This performance is exactly blowing me away #loosewoman." "Ooh Alex, that wasn't fabulous. #loosewoman." Another viewer expressed their disappointment. However, other viewers were thrilled with Alexandra's performance, with one fan tweeting, "Fabulous." At Alexandra Music #loosewoman. Another viewer drew comparisons to a blockbuster film, commenting, "Very Whoopi Goldberg-esque." #loosewoman.